37-year-old white man. A lot of people assuming the third parent could be gay. Not me. By these Texas and the way he was. So Pusha T had recently put out a song called "So Be It" and came and took shots at Juneteenth. You feel me? So I just wanted to put a little something together to honor and commemorate June. Yo, what's up? What's going on? I mean, my life. But yeah, what's up? What's up? What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? What's going on? You feel me? It's a fine Thursday. It is Juneteenth, July 19th today. You feel me? This is where African Americans celebrate we were freed from the slave trade. You know what I'm saying? No more slavery for us. You feel me? So this is what this day is representing for my last topic. You know what I'm saying? I got some little Juneteenth shit for y'all. You know what I'm saying? In honor of Juneteenth. You feel me? But what's up? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Today gonna be episode 264. You know what I'm saying? 264. Got a few little topics for you. You know what I'm saying? Not too much winded topics, not too much heavy info topics. You feel me? Just a few little topics real quick. Probably won't be that long of an episode. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, it's kind of warm out here. Hot, getting hot, like I've been saying. You know what I'm saying? AC been running all day. You know what I mean? All day. It's about that time where AC got to be running all motherfucking day now. You know what I mean? Because the heat is approaching, and it's approaching with a vengeance. God damn it. I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode 263, where we went over Drake calling the Canadian politician a goof for that nigga attending the Kendrick Lamar concert. Called him a goof for it. Also touched on that to let you know Israel has been launching attacks on Iran, sparking possible a World War III. They have hit their nuclear site. We also touched on the jurors in the D trial were shown the freak off tapes with earphones. God damn it, they had to listen to the motherfucking Diddy X-Files. God damn it. And Wiz Khalifa went on Jimmy Kimmel and said he smoked 30 joints a day. If you remember my final thoughts on that, I definitely have to speak on that. You got to start questioning the quality of your weed if you got to smoke 30 goddamn joints a fucking day. You know what I'm saying? But that's yesterday's episode. You know what I mean? Hope y'all enjoyed that. You feel me? Hope I put y'all up on something that y'all didn't know. You know what I'm saying? This your first time here. This is where we do headlines. This is where we do the news. You feel me? This is where we do shit that went viral, shit that made a headline on your homepage, wherever you clicked on the internet, where you clicked on Google, where you clicked on Hip Hop DX, or you clicked on your MSNBC homepage, whatever headlines that's taking place on there, I'm probably going to be touching on some of them headlines right here on Kons Podcast. You know what I'm saying? So if you hit that subscribe button, go ahead and kick your feet up. You feel me? Kick your feet up. Relax here. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy your stay. You know what I mean? Hope you enjoy these episodes and the content I got coming Monday through motherfucking Friday. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, you know what I mean? This is going to be episode 264 today. You know what I mean? Today we're going to be touching on, you know what I'm saying? But touching on Eminem and his stalker got hit with a hard sentence because he was stalking Eminem. We also going to touch on Tyler Perry versus Derek Dixon situation. Lord have mercy, that shit is messy. We're also going to touch on Pusha D, spoke on why he dissed Travis Scott on his new song, So Be It. Got some clips of shit for that. Then we going to touch on, like I said, some little Juneteenth shit in honor of Juneteenth today. You feel me? June 19th. It is 3:39 in the afternoon. You feel me? But yeah, though, without further ado, without no more banter, you know what I'm saying? Without no more conversation and chatter, you feel me? Let's jump right into it. You know what I'm saying? So episode 264, you feel me? Eminem, you know what I'm saying? So Eminem had a stalker, you know what I mean? Eminem had a stalker by the name of Matthew Hughes, a 37-year-old white man. You know what I'm saying? They gave him 30 years in prison. This ain't the first time. You know what I'm saying? He was stalking Eminem. He got caught all the way back in 2020. You know what I'm saying? Then he got caught another time stalking Eminem on his property, was found sleeping on his property. The first time he found him, when Eminem confronted him, he said he was there to kill him. You know what I'm saying? The second time he found him sleeping in his guest house, in the pool house. You know what I mean? So this dude, and I guess recently in May, they just dropped the gavel on him and gave him 30 motherfucking years for stalking Eminem. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip that you're about to see is just a video of someone speaking on the situation of dude that was stalking Eminem. Check it out.
Good afternoon. I'm addressing the recent conviction of Matthew David Hughes, a 32-year-old man found guilty of first-degree home invasion and aggravated stalking at Eminem's residence in Clinton Township, Michigan. This is Hughes' second unlawful entry onto the rapper's property, first in April 2020, when he broke in and threatened Eminem. And again in August 2024. After serving prison time for violating probation from the first incident, Hughes was arrested just 3 months after his parole in May 2024. On May 7th, 2025, a jury convicted him, and he now faces serious penalties. This case highlights the importance of personal safety and legal accountability. We respect Eminem's privacy and commend the authorities' swift action.
You say, you know what I'm saying? That was him breaking it all down to you. They recently gave him 30 years. That was the previous information on dude. You feel me? And the most recent was that they just dropped the gavel on him and gave him 30 years for stalking, assault charges, and all kind of shit. Tyler Perry versus Derek Dixon. Now, this situation been going crazy. A lot of people been speaking on this. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people was assuming that Tyler Perry could be gay. You know what I mean? By these texts and the way he was talking to this dude, Derek Dixon, flirting with him and shit, all in the Texas. Got a clip to show you the text. You might have to pause on it to see it because it's gonna run through him. Know what I mean? But Derek Dixon, apparently Derek Dixon, this is the dude who met Tyler Perry in 2019. He was at an event for Tyler Perry. I guess it was some type of event at his mansion. You know what I'm saying? I guess Tyler Perry seen him and it seemed like that he wanted him. You know what I mean? He said according to Derek Dixon, Tyler Perry singled him out. You know what I'm saying? Singled him out, approached him and said that if he wanted to act, said he might had a role for him, so they exchanged numbers or whatnot. Then he invited him out a second time, you know what I'm saying? I guess offering him an acting role, and he said that could grow potentially. Speaking on, I think the show was called Ruthless, and I think he's also in the show called The Oval. Said that he got a role for him that he think could grow potentially. You know what I'm saying? I guess it was like an all night party or something because he ended up, drinking and shit and then sleeping in the guest house. You know what I mean? So when he got sleeping, took all his clothes off and slept and laid in the bed in nothing but his drawers. Next thing he knows, he said Tyler Perry came sliding in the bed with him. You know what I'm saying? Got in the bed with him and got to rubbing on him and rubbing on his thighs and shit like that. Apparently he was traumatized by that shit. Didn't want it, got up out the bed and shit like that. And apparently this happened two more times. You know what I'm saying? Tyler Perry offered him out again to drink in a trailer on a set. You know what I'm saying? For a role that he was doing. Feel me? So he offered him drinks. You know what I mean? Then he was trying to deny it and shit and saying, I know what's going on type shit. Meanwhile, they was exchanging these certain type of text messages where Tyler Perry was complimenting him on his body and how he looked and called him thick Derek and talked about seeing his bulge and his jeans and shit like that. So these definitely make it seem that he was interested in some type of homosexual activity. You know what I'm saying? Being that you are commenting on another man in that type of flirtatious manner. You know what I mean? So dude is alleging that he was trying to that he was coming on to him, grooming him, and sexually assaulting him in a work environment, being that this dude was his employee. You know what I'm saying? So now it's been a lot of speculation going on that Tyler Perry could be gay, and we also was seeing him in the picture, you know what I'm saying, with that dude, I believe it was Derek, on the yacht. You know what I'm saying? Just them two, just kicking it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with this, but this next, I got three clips that you're about to see. The first one is dude breaking it all down. Then I'm gonna show you a video of the text that was exchanged between Tyler Perry and Derek Dixon, and also after that I'm gonna show you Tyler Perry's little response that he put out about everything that's going on. Check these clips out.
Tyler Perry, the lawsuit for $260 million. We have it right here in black and white. Let's get into it. It's 2019 when this man, Derek Dixon, is at an event for this man, Tyler Perry, and it's at Tyler Perry's mansion, this beautiful place right here. Tyler Perry sees Dixon, and he's got to have some of that Dixon.
Dixon what?
You know what. And so he says, Dixon, come here. Do you want to be an actor? Yes, I do. So Perry and him, they exchange numbers. There are 4 incidences that happened to Dixon. The first incident, Dixon is invited to come to the mansion and they start drinking, and then it's time for bed. Dixon goes into a guest bedroom and he gets all the way down to his undies and he slides into the bed. The lights are off, and then the next thing he knows, he feels Perry has slid into the bed too. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Nothing happens other than a little rub. Incident number 2. Dixon has a new job on this TV show, Oval. Perry says, come to my trailer. Perry brings out the alcohol again. Now, wouldn't you say, hey, bud, I know what's going on here. I ain't drinking with you. No, instead they just drink and drink and drink. Perry pushes Dixon up against the wall, reaches down, and just starts rubbing the guillot. And Dixon is in fear. The next incident, it's on Perry's private island right here.
His own island?
He's got his own island. This guy's a billionaire. He's got plenty of money. And Perry says, Dixon, come with me. I got some alcohol.
Uh-oh.
Yes, Dixon can't help himself, but according to Dixon, he had to do it. It was quid pro quo. Otherwise, he was going to lose his job, so he's drinking. Perry just can't help himself, and he reaches for that guillot again. Squeeze, 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 rub, rub, rub. After this, they didn't talk for a little bit of time until June of 2021, the final incident. Here,
Another one?
yes, he's again invited back to the mansion. I mean, I would probably say, who's going to be there? Like, I'm not going over there. Make up some excuses as to why you can't go.
It's a pattern.
Perry wants to show him his scale. He's got some of these great weight scales. And he's, get on the scale, but you got to take off your clothes first.
Oh, yeah, you do.
You got to get down to the underwear, otherwise make it accurate. Dixon takes off his clothes. He gets up onto the scale. Good weight. Nice stock. Perry says, can I please get just a hug goodnight, Dixon? Perry can't help it. It's down to the guillot again. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Rub, rub, rub. He's frozen in fear. Perry sees and is like, I'm drunk again. Bye. He was so distraught that he had to go to counseling. She diagnoses Dixon with post-traumatic stress disorder from all the guillot squeezing. And he goes and sees a lawyer. They draft this lengthy 46-page lawsuit. And in a lawsuit like this, folks, it's a he said case. Now, there's some text messages that are not good for Perry, but one of the things that they're going to be looking at, a jury will be looking at, is there a reason for Dixon to lie? $260 million? That seems like a pretty good reason.
Hate me, don't you? You hate me, don't you?
He's got the whole world in his hands. Got the whole world in his hands. Hey, I'm just sitting here on my porch just looking. What am I looking at? I'm looking to the hills from whence cometh my help. For my help? Some of y'all know the rest. I just wanted to come on and just tell everybody, just be as calm as you can.
First you seen him breaking it all down to you. Then you seen the clip of the text messages. You know what I'm saying? You might want to hit pause through that if you want to read them, because they just going through them, you know what I mean? And then I showed you Tyler's response. That was the response that he put out. You know what I mean? Him sitting on the porch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, this shit is crazy as fuck. Pusha T. So Pusha T had recently put out a song called So Be It and came and took shots at Travis Scott. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us didn't really know why he took shots at Travis Scott, but he recently did an interview and broke it all down as to why he took them shots at Travis Scott. So apparently he was in the studio in Paris, and Travis Scott had came through the studio fucking up the session. You know what I mean? They didn't even want him there type shit. You know what I'm saying? And then after that so something happened when he came and interrupted the studio session, him and Pharrell. You know what I mean? He didn't really like that. He felt disrespect. Then a song came out with Drake called Meltdown, where Drake is talking about melting down Pharrell Williams' jewelry. You feel me? And Pusha T took that shit as a disrespect. You know what I mean? So this next little clip that you are about to see, I got two clips. You know what I'm saying? Two clips of Pusha T breaking this shit down as to why he dissed Travis Scott on his new record. So Be It. Check it out.
I just thought it was disrespectful. I'm like, man, you know, we don't even want you here, to be honest. Like, we're not here to hobnob with any rappers, and I personally don't like rappers who don't rap.
Right.
Like, I don't want to hear that. Like, I don't want it. So, you know, to come and interrupt the session, to do something backhanded and backbiting, and not for nothing, like, man, I done had to put my arm around you before. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, to go along with the title, So Be It, he does this numerous times. You know what I'm saying? He'll do it with his mentor.
Right.
Ye. You know what I'm saying? He was even instrumental in the whole beef now. To like that verse.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Egging that on. I don't want nobody who don't rap to egg nothing on. You don't rap. Stay out of rappers' business. You specifically stay out of rappers' business.
Right.
It all came from actually being in Paris.
So be it, so be it. So be it, so
Came through carrying the, you know, the Utopia briefcase.
Right. Yep.
You know, doing his whole spiel. He comes, he interrupts the session. The next day, the meltdown verse or whatever comes on.
I melt down the chains that I bought from your boss.
You know,
Drake on Travis Scott talking about
melting
P, Pharrell's jewelry.
yeah, and all of that. That was a corny, like, you shouldn't have been here anyway. Him specifically too. I don't take it as personal as I should. It's Travis. He's harmless. I'm not into what his whole makeup. I took it there.
Her Utopia had moved right up the street, and her lip gloss was popping. She ain't need you to eat.
And then to, like, you know, to come back in our fold.
To make a point of...
Yeah, to invade the fold and then, you know, do all that he did. It was like, man, that was corny. He's shameless. He does it. You've seen him do it to everybody. You know, I've definitely had to put my hand on your shoulder before. You died in front of me. You cried in front of me.
Cried in front of me, you died in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
Calabasas took your bitch and your pride in front of me.
I had to help you. People take that type of shit for granted. I don't take that for granted. So be it.
Saying that was Travis, that was Pusha T, letting you know why he dissed Travis Scott and letting you know what I'm saying, the reasons why, you know what I mean, why he felt disrespected and all that, you feel me? This ain't just for nothing. He not just dissing them for nothing, you feel me, is what he letting you know what I'm saying? Juneteenth, today is Juneteenth, you feel me? So I just wanted to put a little something together to honor and commemorate Juneteenth, you feel me? So I got two clips. The first clip that you gonna see is of a representative named Jordan Harris speaking to the people, talking about what it is and what it means to be black in America on Juneteenth. He also speaks on the ICE protests and the situations that's going on out in LA with the Hispanic people and the Mexican and the Latino community. You know what I'm saying? He also spoke on that, you feel me? Saying that it can be us next, you know what I'm saying? So this just was a little speech that I came across and seen and thought it was good to share on Juneteenth. And after that, you're going to see a cartoon. I'm not sure what cartoon it is. Maybe y'all can recognize it, you know what I'm saying? But they are breaking down. A little girl goes to her black grandma and asks her what Juneteenth really is, and she breaks it all down for you. So I thought that was also dope to put in this episode on Juneteenth. Give you a little insight on what Juneteenth is, in case a few of y'all that watch this don't know. You know what I'm saying? So this next little clip you're about to see is just first of Representative Jordan Harris speaking on what it is to be a black man on Juneteenth in America, and then I'm gonna have a cartoon for you breaking down what Juneteenth is and how it came all about. You feel me? So check these clips out.
Myself a question about what is it that I should celebrate over this week. You know, we are living in a country and in a time where our very existence is under attack. We are living in a day and a time where, as our ancestors who were free men and women in the North were stopped and asked for their papers, and whether they could or could not produce them, they could be bound and placed back into slavery. It sounds like exactly what we see with our brown brothers and sisters who are being asked by ICE agents for their paperwork, and regardless if they are citizens or not, they are being detained and some being deported. But it was Martin Niemöller, who was a theologian and a pastor, that once said, "First they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out, for I was not socialist. Then they came for the trades unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trades unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me." I submit to you, my brothers and sisters, on this day, we know that we come from a struggle. So today, it may be our brown brothers and sisters who are asked on the streets for their paperwork. But tomorrow, it could be us. It is easy for us to be in our own homes and act like what is happening in America isn't happening to us until it happens to us. And let me be clear, this is not just for Black America, this is for all America. Because the rolling back of justice and the rolling back of laws in this country will not just affect Black and brown people, it will affect all people. But I gotta tell you, This week, I am in deep thought about where we go as a people, as where we go as a collective. I think about what my great-grandmother and my great-great-grandmother would say, what my great-great-grandfather would say in this time. So I ponder and I ask you to do the same with me. Let us enjoy and celebrate what our ancestors stood for, but let that celebration remind us of what we must stand for in this day and time. What is Juneteenth to a black man, a woman in 2025? That question is still to be answered, but we are the ones to answer it. We all we got, but we have always been all we need. God bless you.
I don't think we've celebrated Juneteenth in Kaya before.
What do you celebrate on Juneteenth? I bet my grandma Dorina could explain this really well.
The first Juneteenth happened in Texas, but the holiday celebrates the end of slavery in every U.S. state, even Alaska.
Kuyana for sharing that with us, Grandma Dorina. But what's slavery?
Slavery is when one person takes another person's freedom away and they aren't allowed to do what they want with their own lives.
Taking away someone's freedom is wrong.
Yes, it is. And it happened to so many of our ancestors for a long time. Enslaved Africans and African Americans were forced to do things they didn't want to do. And if they didn't, they were punished in terrible, terrible ways.
That's awful.
It is. Slavery was like a nightmare for too long, and it's something that people should never, ever have to go through. Juneteenth is a very big celebration to remember the time slavery finally ended.
Thanks for explaining, Grandma. Yes.
You seen, you know what I'm saying? That was just a video letting you know. You feel me? Just in honor of Juneteenth today. You know what I mean? Just wanted to put something in this episode for Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? But that's all the topics I got for today. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. You feel me? This has been episode 264. I just put you up on the fact that Eminem had a stalker that was repeatedly stalking him. He just got the gavel dropped on him for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? We touched on the Tyler Perry versus Derek Dixon. Derek Dixon is putting together. Oh, I didn't say, but you've seen in the clips though. You know what I'm saying? He's suing for $260 million. You know what I mean? Saying that Tyler Perry was grooming him. You know what I'm saying? Saying that Tyler Perry was sexually assaulting him on the job as he was an employer of Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? We touched on also let you know Pusha T, let you know the reason why he dissing Travis Scott in his new song called So Be It. I let you know and showed you the clips as to why he chose to diss Travis Scott, letting you know that it ain't just for nothing. And then I just showed you these Juneteenth clips, letting you know a little bit further information on Juneteenth. You know what I'm saying? That's everything we went over today. That's everything I put in your ear just now for episode 264. So now at the end, when after the news, we go over what we call Kons' final thoughts. You know what I mean? Yo, excuse me. Pardon me. Excuse me. Pardon this interruption, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, now is your time while I'm interrupting my episode, you feel me, for you to hit that subscribe button. If you ain't hit that shit yet, now is your time to hit that subscribe button right now, you feel me? Hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that little bell next to the subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? That means you're going to get notified every time I drop some of this fire content that I'm dropping for you Monday through Friday, you know what I mean? Please hit that bell and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, comment on what you want to say, on what you feel about these topics that I'll be covering. You know what I'm saying? Pardon the interruption though, you feel me? Let's go ahead and get back to the episode. Just wanted to remind you to hit that subscribe button in case you haven't done it yet. Now's your time. Did you do it yet? Because I just gave you time. I'm just fucking with you. Let's get back to the episode though. So just my little quick little thoughts on these subjects, you know what I'm saying? So Eminem had a stalker that they just gave 30 years. This nigga's been stalking him for a few years, showed up at his house. First time Eminem confronted him and he said he was there to kill him. Some wild ass shit when you a celebrity is trying to live your life and you got a motherfucker creeping off in your house, in your household. I am very personal about that. You know what I'm saying? If I reach celebrity status and the motherfucker decide to be coming to my house and all this type of shit, you'll end up like that nigga that came to the baby's house. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna end up shot on the driveway. You feel me? And taken into custody care, you know what I'm saying, handcuffed to a hospital bed while they work on your wound type shit or something, you feel me? But yeah, I'm not gonna play with that, you know what I'm saying? So they definitely dropped the gavel on dude, gave him 30 years for repeated stalking Eminem, you know what I'm saying? That's good they caught dude though, you feel me? Because that's fucked up to be living your life and have somebody fucking stalking your place of residence and all that type of shit. That's how a motherfucker get popped for real. Tyler Perry and this Derek Dixon dude. A lot of people saying, you know what I'm saying, that Tyler Perry is gay and shit like that. You feel me now? There ain't really nothing in them Texas that's saying that he gay, you feel me? But now he did pass on some little flirtatious shit. You know what I'm saying? He definitely was calling him thick. He called him Thick Derek. He definitely was talking about his penis bulge and his jeans and shit like that he seen in the pic. Said he was jealous of him taking a pic with somebody else. Dude was like, oh, it's just Brad. Like, you know, so I don't know. Those things seem, you know what I'm saying? Then he was telling him how he got a nice physique and he'll make somebody happy one day and just let loose and learn, you know, learn more on the sexuality type I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It was seeming that way, but there's nothing really hardcore evidence saying that I'm gay and I want your butt type shit talking to Derek. You know what I'm saying? There ain't anything in there that's really saying that. You know what I mean? And I don't see $260 million being awarded to dude. That's just a lot of fucking money. I don't think there isn't going to be any settling out for that. I think Tyler Perry's going to definitely fight this shit and say the dude is lying. You know what I mean? This is how it goes with these celebrities. He's gonna say that it's a money grab, especially being that it's known that Tyler Perry just made all this money with this movie Straw, made hundreds of millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he just made a whole lot of money with that. So they gonna, you know, definitely look at that as dude trying to grab some paper. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, do I think Tyler Perry is gay? I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You feel me? I just know that in them text messages, it's hard to kind of grasp that, but now I can definitely understand how people could definitely take that and run with it though, based off what he was saying. I mean, it did sound like he was doing a little flirtatious talk to do. I ain't gonna hold you, you know what I'm saying? That's some shit you say to like a woman that you're trying to fuck or something, you know what I mean? To me, in my opinion, that's what it seemed like to me, you know what I'm saying? As I read the shit, you feel me? Taraji. Yeah, that's her name, Taraji Henson. But yeah, you know what I mean? Seeing he made all that money, I think he just gonna say that it's a money grab, you know what I mean? Like they always do. I don't think he's gonna set out and dude ain't gonna get no $260 fucking million. That's out for sure, you know what I mean? Pusha T came out and said that he dissed, you know what I mean? The reason why he dissed Travis Scott, said that he came to a Paris studio session that him and Pharrell was doing and was disrespecting and shit like that. You know what I mean? Said he ain't forgot about that shit. And then he said he ain't a rapper. He said he ain't a rapper. If you ain't a rapper, don't speak on rapper business type shit. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess that was also directed at Travis Scott as well. You know what I mean? He called that nigga a non-rapper. You feel me? So yeah, I don't know. But he definitely broke down as to why he was dissing that nigga. It ain't for no reason, you know what I mean? Then he went on to the verse now where Drake said that he melted down Pharrell's jewelry, you know what I mean? Melted down your boss's jewelry and shit, you know? That definitely was taking a little shot at Pusha for sure. You know what I'm saying? Now, why he did that, I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Drake is, you know, he takes shots at everybody subtly until they get tired and start dissing that nigga back. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick did. We seen what happened with Drake after that happened. Nigga started spiraling out of control out this motherfucker. So, you know what I mean? Shit crazy. So yeah, he put out in this interview as to why, you know what I'm saying? Said he was being disrespectful at the studio session, disrespecting Pharrell and all that shit. He didn't like that shit. So he had something to say about it. So be it. I mean, that's why the song is called So Be It. I ain't mad at him, you feel me? Shit, you know what I'm saying? You felt the way, you feel me? You had to put it out there, you know what I'm saying? You had to put it out there, you feel me? So it is what it is. So now we just wait for Travis Scott to respond with something, because Bun B went on Club Shay Shay, you know what I'm saying? It was saying that Travis Scott from Houston, he definitely gonna respond. It's just a matter of time, you know what I'm saying? So we'll see what's gonna come with this type of feud going on and moving on into the future. We all know how Pusha T get when it comes to these diss tracks, you know what I'm saying? So See how that shit goes in the near future. Juneteenth is today. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my black people. You know what I mean? We are celebrating the fact that we were freed from not being slaves no more in America. You know what I mean? This is the day that we celebrate that. You know what I'm saying? June 19th. I also learned that it was other dates in other states and shit like that I didn't know about the other dates. You feel me? I think November 1st and one is like in May. You feel me? That some of these states still celebrate because that's when they were freed. You know what I mean? I believe that this shit started in Texas. You know what I'm saying? As you seen in the clips, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's Juneteenth though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my black people. You feel me? Raise your fists up for today. You know what I'm saying? Salute. You know what I mean? Let's stand in solidarity, stand in unity today. You know what I mean? Shake each other's hands. Say what's up to one another. You know what I mean? Don't mug your black folks that you see outside today. At least today. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, though, shout out to Juneteenth, shout out to my black folks, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's my closing thoughts on these subjects, you feel me? Thank you for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? You could have been doing anything you wanted to do, no matter who you was, whether you was a son, whether you was a daughter, whether you was a niece, a nephew, a uncle, a auntie, whether you was a father, a mother, whether you was a grandma, a grandpa, an older cousin, a big cousin, a little cousin, you know what I'm saying? A big sister, an older sister, you know what I'm saying? A little sister, a little brother, you feel me? No matter who you was, and if you got pets and they sit there and watch Kons podcast with you, whether your pet is a dog, whether you got a pet cat, you have a pet parrot, you can have a pet motherfucking ferret, you have a pet squirrel, you have a pet bearded dragon, an iguana, you have a pet gerbil, a pet rat, a pet snake, goddammit, you have a motherfucking pet pig, you feel me? A pet tiger out the motherfucker like Mike Tyson. God damn it, if they got eyes on Kons podcast, I definitely fucks with them. You feel me? Like you see my emoji, nigga, my emoji homie, my nigga emoji, you know what I'm saying, scrolling up the screen. You feel me? Letting you know, saluting you. Thank you for tuning in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for watching. Thank you for running my last episode up. That shit almost at 200 views. Thank you. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you for catching that wave, for watching it, for seeing it, watching it, for being interested in whatever it said on the titles, whatever made you click and watch that shit. All 198 of you motherfuckers that watch that shit. God damn it. Salute to y'all, you feel me? Thank you for tuning in and thank you for clicking on my shit and watching it. You know what I'm saying? The viewership with this YouTube shit goes a long way. You know what I mean? I appreciate it. So share this shit out now. You know what I mean? Share this shit. Hit the like button if you like this shit. Hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted to say something about what you're seeing, comment. Hit the comment button and type it out. You know what I mean? Let me know your thought on these subjects as well. You know what I'm saying? In the comment section. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. You know what I mean? You hear that beat getting louder in the background. We have concluded episode 264. You know what I mean? The beat that you hear was made by my oldest son. Beats by JJ. You know what I'm saying? That's the beat that you hear creeping up. And that's the beat that you're going to be hearing in these credits. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Please hit that share button. Tell somebody about it. It's Kons Podcast. It's been episode 264.
Wait me, don't you?